Hi, guys. Ari is here. We were having a little issue, but she's coming back in. So just give me a minute. And now I came in live. I don't know how to come out, but hold on. Let me do this. All
Hi.
right, Ari, you're live. Guys, give us a minute. Let me play the intro and I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Do, 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 do. Oh my God, it wanted to play again. Thank you, Ari, for being here. I really appreciate it. And it's my fault. I thought you were 8 hours ahead of me, but you're actually 10 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because I'm so because my son is he's 12 hours ahead in Japan, and I'm thinking that you were 4 hours behind. So I just got the time screwed up. But thank you for taking the time to come in earlier than what you anticipated.
Yeah, there's
Everybody, welcome our guest, Ariela Danielle from 90 Day Fiance. She is here with us today, and we're gonna have a conversation. Just good morning, guys. Just so you know. Ari can't answer any questions related to the show. She can answer general questions about her relationship, what she's doing now, which is what we're going to go over, but we're not going to be able to answer anything about 90 Day Fiance. I just wanted you guys to know that ahead of time. And I know it's early because I normally go on late in the evening, Ariella. So could you tell them what you've been up to, sweetie, and what you've been doing?
yeah. I got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. What I'm posting about a lot on my Instagram and what um is before I was working with an organization in Ethiopia called Restoring Smiles, and we work with children who have like cleft palate, cleft lip, and like people who have facial deformities, especially from like rural areas of Ethiopia that they can't access care or they don't have the money to access care. A lot of them, they've never been out of their town. And and then there's some cultures within Ethiopia that they feel like, oh, this person has been cursed, and so the people, they won't be able to access treatment or even be included in their society. So it's really amazing what Restoring Smiles does. They have their counterpart in the UK, Winning Smiles. One is registered in the UK, one is registered in Ethiopia. They both work together. They do the same thing. I was working with them. And through them, I met this woman, Zulea, who is from southern Ethiopia. And she was badly burned in a kerosene cooking accident. She had been a refugee in Sudan for like 7 years, and she'd been in other Arab countries and stuff. So I raised money for her back in October or November for her surgeries. And I just
Mm-hmm.
was visiting now. I want to say thank you to everyone who, because I was overwhelmed. I visited with her yesterday. I asked her, she's not living in good conditions. It's rainy season here. She's got a hole in her roof. She's got no comfortable mattress, anything. I was very sad to see the condition she was living in. She told me her life story. She was crying. And so I told everyone, wow, I want to help this woman. I want to start my own organization. And within 24 hours, we've raised for over $4,000 to help her and hopefully to help a lot of other people. So thanks to everyone who saw that
Now, is
and everything.
I was going to ask you if this was posted on your page, Ari. I saw the video you did of her. This is the burn lady that has the bandage around her neck, right? What it has the white thing around her neck.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that video, but I didn't know that you were raising money for her. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. She's lived a really tragic life. And I told people, even if you can't donate money, because I told her when I saw her yesterday, like, there's people in other countries maybe you've never even heard of, or you've never, that you'll never visit. They're rooting for you. They want you to do better. Life isn't always terrible. Sometimes it's really terrible, but it's not always terrible. And she was crying, and I said, I asked people, even if you can't donate money, maybe you can write a message, you can draw a card, I can take a picture, I can print it here, something, just to show her that there are people that are good, that are thinking about her. So.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. Now, okay, I I see you doing that. Now, since you've been, first of all, how are you getting along in Ethiopia? If you don't
Yeah,
mind, I mean, yeah.
you can ask. I love Ethiopia. There's a lot of political issues right now. There's an election coming up in June, and
Okay.
elections, especially in a lot of countries, but in East Africa, election time is very like everyone has an election time story. Basically, it's hard.
Is it hard? I mean, is it basically what we face here in the States, or is it worse?
In the U.S., it's kind of like, especially now, we're like us against them. Like you support Trump or you support, I don't know, the other side, and we're divided. And then there are some crazy people who are like, let me murder you. Let me go to a movie theater and shoot everyone. We have that, right? We have some crazy people like that. But here, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know I don't want to say Ethiopia necessarily, but generally a lot of African countries, the people in power will do anything to stay in power, and people win with 99% of the vote. If you can get any group of people to, even a group of two people to agree on 99% of
Yeah.
things, something's wrong. Yeah.
So basically, their elections are, well, I'm not going to use that word, but yeah, there's an issue there. So, oh my God, Ari, can you? I mean, we've seen the story on the TV. Um, can you give us a background of how you actually met Biniyam? And
Yeah.
and yes.
So I think some of the stuff that was left out is when I met Vinny in Ethiopia was not the first time I'd been here. I had come to Ethiopia for the first time, I think, I'm not sure exactly. I think it was December 2017. I came here. I'd always wanted to come to Africa, and ever since I was a kid, I had, um, misprivileged Ariela. I had African nannies, that lived with us in my house growing up, and I heard of the language, or the different languages and cultures. My mom was always interested in different cultures, and then when I was 15, I got this book by this Kenyan journalist who, he's traveled all over Africa, and I was
Mhm.
like, I got to go there. So I had the chance. I was actually living in Israel in 2017, and it
Okay.
was pretty cheap to fly from Israel to the U.S. So to the U.S. Israel to
You-
Africa. So I
Okay.
wasn't supposed to go to Ethiopia. I was supposed to go to Equatorial Guinea, which is the only
Okay.
country in Africa that they speak Spanish. And then the ticket went from being like $300 to 900. And I said, you know what? Let me just pick another place. That's just way too much. So I saw Ethiopia. Okay, $350. I booked the ticket, and like a couple of days before I booked my ticket, I was like, oh no, I didn't book a place to stay. Like I don't know anyone there. Like let me, we'll see how this goes. So I packed my backpack out of a backpack that's bigger than me, and I booked this hostel, which ended up being the experience. I flew to Ethiopia, and I really loved it here. I love the food. I love the culture. I love, it was the most unique country I'd visited. And then from there, I traveled to Djibouti, Somaliland, Kenya, Madagascar. I went back to Israel, went back to the US, and I decided to come to Ethiopia again. I missed it. I loved it. And then uh, I don't know, on one of the trips I returned to Ethiopia, that's when I met Vinny.
Now, what was it about Benny? Was it the hair? Was it the smile? Was it the body? What was it? Or was it all of it?
But the funny thing is, okay, so the funny thing is I have terrible vision.
Oh
Um,
God. Okay.
so Vinny always makes fun of me because if I don't have my contacts in, I'm always like going like this. So the day that I met Vinny, actually, I was in this hotel using the Wi-Fi there. The hotel is owned by Kenenisa Bekele, who's a famous Olympian. He's a runner,
Okay.
and I actually had. So I ran into this. Ethiopian artist there, and I was asking him like, oh, do you have any ideas for people maybe I can interview? I'm doing some freelance writing, whatever people might be interested to know about the art, entertainment arts and scene in Africa, whatever, here in East Africa. And then I was waiting for, so I was waiting for my taxi. I walked outside, and then as I'm waiting for the taxi, I was using the same taxi driver every time. This young kid, I still have him in as my contact. Something. I saw Vinny pass by, and I didn't really see his body too well because, like I said, my vision is not really
Okay.
great. I didn't really see the dreadlocks too well because he always keeps his hair back. He feels like embarrassed to have his hair down. But I saw his face, and I really thought, and he smiled, and I said, "Oh my God, he looks so good, like, but different than anyone else I've seen. Wow, I'm gonna lose this opportunity to talk to this guy, like I'm never gonna see him again. He looks so cute." And as I'm thinking that, he turns around and looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh, this is my chance, I gotta say something." And, but then the driver, I know him. I've taken the taxi with him a few times. I don't want to embarrass myself, like this girl, she's so thirsty or something, just talking to this guy. So, so I just said,
Ariela,
oh,
I was
yeah.
secretly hoping that y'all broke up because I was gonna fly to Ethiopia, to be honest. I was secret.
He's very good looking guy. And then he is like, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" And then we started talking. I saw he had an MMA shirt on. I used to do martial arts, so we started talking about that. And then we
Mhm.
exchanged phone numbers, but he almost got away.
Oh my God. See, I'm telling you, I was going, okay, she's gonna leave him. I'm flying to eat the whole season, Ari. That's what I was doing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Ethiopia. I'm going to Ethiopia. oh, oh my God, that is so cute. And that, oh my God, so you almost let him get away.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, when I met him, when I finally called him and I told him, we talked, and he's like, "Oh, we can meet, come to my work." He was working at this music studio. Um, I went there. I had someone take me there because I didn't know how to get there.
Hmm.
And when I saw him, he was wearing this white shirt, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's got like muscles." I didn't know that he had muscles when I was talking to him before.
You had your contacts in at that time. That is the cutest story. So when you left Ethiopia, well, first of all, how long did you stay there then?
Yeah, so after I met Vinny, he was working at this music studio. He had just, his ex-wife had just left for like 3 months earlier for the U.S. He had
Okay.
expected her to return. He didn't think that they were breaking up. He was
Okay.
surprised to find out that she had different plans, and he was pretty
Yeah.
broken at the time that I met him. But
Oh,
he doesn't show it like me. I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm having a tantrum, you know what I'm feeling. But he kind of, tried to keep that under wraps, but he was pretty broken. And then I don't know, I guess he lost his job at the studio. And I was like, I'm not gonna be, I think I was in Ethiopia for like 3 months at that time. I said, I'm not gonna stay here much longer. I have plans to go to Kenya. So, like, peace.
you
And
said peace. Okay.
but the thing was that I just couldn't, like, I didn't want to be involved with him. I didn't want to love him. I didn't want him to be my boyfriend because I was like, I'm traveling, I'm doing my thing, I'm trying to find myself, like figure out what it is that I'm good at, what I want to do with my life. And
Yes.
I don't need to be tied down by someone, so. But I tell him, like, look, I really like you. Please don't call me anymore. You don't make this harder than it has to be, or whatever.
Oh no.
And then he was like, okay, I won't. And then 2 minutes later or 2 hours later, I'd call and be like, hey, I know I said that thing earlier, but what are you doing? And he's like,
Ari.
it's crazy. She's totally crazy. I was totally crazy. I am totally crazy. So I said, you know what? You never been to Kenya before. You want to go to Kenya? And he was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So
Oh my God.
I took him to Kenya and I showed him the ocean for the first time. We went to Mombasa, Kenya together, and it was really spent 3 months there.
Oh
Amazing
my
time.
God. So basically, when you met him, you almost let him go. Then you got with him, you stuck with him, you never let him go, and you're still with him.
Yeah, this guy, now he's hot chick.
Look at you. You just smile when you talk about him. You do. You smile when you talk about him. So you said that you were doing freelance writing. Are you still doing freelance writing?
Yeah, so I always had the romantic notion that like, I'd be one of these like journalists who would cover the Syrian civil war and sleep in a tent and do all these things. And
Okay.
uh, yes, I actually don't mind sleeping in a tent, contrary to 90 Day Fiance popular opinion. Um,
Well, you
but
know, they all called you. I called you a spoiled princess myself for a minute. Ari. I just said she's a
I am
spoiled
not
little
a spoiled
princess.
princess, but I have different sides. But yeah, that was the kind of writing I wanted to do. But on a realistic level, a lot of the freelance writing that I have done, and I'm not really doing much as right now with the baby and all this other stuff. It's like copywriting and editing, especially like even editing social media, doing social media for non-native English language, non-native
Okay.
speakers of
Good.
English, and I've written like a few travel articles and things like that, but I didn't get to do writing in the way that I wanted to, but that in the way that everyone wants to do writing. And now, unfortunately, I feel like journalism in the way that we always knew it is kind of dying. So
Yes.
it's like, oh, I guess I have to find, I'm a talented writer. I'm really good with words, with expressing myself. Um, I got to find a way to use that, in a way that I can actually make money using that.
I, look, someone brought up I was going to ask you about your mother and your father. Oh my God. Your mom is a straight shooter and
Yeah.
I loved her. How often does she come to Ethiopia or do you come here to visit them?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't get to see each other very much, but, my mom, she still works. She works full time.
Okay.
So actually right now she's in, oh, I don't know, she does these consulting jobs. Sometimes she's in California, sometimes Arizona, sometimes New Jersey, sometimes New York. So she's always moving around.
Okay. And how is your dad?
My dad is a busy guy. He's also full time. Uh, he's a cardiologist, so he's always doing something. I wish I'd get to see my dad in Africa again.
So he hasn't come back since he came on the show?
He's not, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh
But
my
he's so
God.
busy. It was amazing that I even managed to get him to come out here one time. That's the best thing I ever did.
Well, he wanted to come. You know, he needed to see the new grandbaby because you do have a nephew that I remember seeing on the show, correct?
Two nephews, yeah.
Two nephews. Okay, I remember. But you got a new baby. Y'all got nothing but boys. You have a new baby boy. He's got to come out. He's got to see him. Mommy is just brand spanking new baby, and she's got to smell him, got to hold him. And I thought it was the cutest thing to see you guys together. But somebody asked the question. I'm just going to answer it. She can't answer that question. I'm not ignoring you, but she cannot answer that question at all. But everybody in the chat is saying, and I'm telling you, um, the fact that you and Biniyam and the baby, you guys have a beautiful family. You're and someone said it, you're one of the strongest couples from the show. It's a true relationship. Here we go, right here. I don't know if you saw that. She put it up there. She said that you guys have a true relationship. It
Yeah,
wasn't just so
we
I
were
like.
worried about doing the show because obviously we didn't do reality TV before, and we were afraid that we don't know how these producers work. Maybe they'll make stuff up, whatever. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
that for the most part, that's not the case. But yeah, it was a little scary, and I had cold sweats the night before filming the first time. I said, "Oh my God, what did I sign myself up for? And what is this? And why am I doing this?" But so far, honestly, a lot of people are mean to me, whatever. But it's been a good experience, generally.
But there were a lot of rumors out, that were out that you were only doing the show to get Benny noticed. And I don't think they realized that Benny was doing his thing. He was doing his Olympics, he was doing his fighting, he was doing his own thing. So it wasn't to get him noticed. What made you want to do? If you can't answer, what
Uh,
made you want to do the show?
the robot thing is happening again.
Oh, I said, what made you want to do the show?
Still some distortion, but I understand you, so I can just answer for you. So no, I mean that is true. It's true that like when I met Vinny, the first time
Hmm.
we ever hung out, I hung out at his workplace, and all his coworkers and everything. They wanted to show me, oh, look at this fight that he did. Look at he did this music video. He directed this music video. He danced in that. All this stuff, and I was like, oh my God, you know, if you were in the U.S., like you would, you know, people would, you would be get so far. You know, here unfortunately that's not recognized as much. You know, he does circus, whatever. So
Yeah.
he just told me like, can you, you know, maybe you can like get me some fights, maybe you can help me with something. So, you know, I knew he was kind of in a, I knew he was not feeling well because of, you know, losing his son, losing his past relationship.
Yes.
So I wanted to help him, wanted to encourage him. And, you know, I have this problem that when I meet people who need to be fixed, then I'm like, oh, I can, you know, I can't handle
I
any
can fix.
problem. Me and Vinny have this problem in our relationship that anytime he calls me to tell me about something, he'll call me and say, you know, this happened today. And I'm like, and then I yell, I'm like, okay, that's a problem. How do we fix it? And he's just like, I'm just telling you, like, calm down. And, you know, we fight every time because I do the same stupid thing. But I like to help people. My words are strong. I might yell and I might be aggressive on the outside, but on the inside, you know, I have the self chart. I don't like anyone to be, you know, not feeling well. So I was like, all right, let me help this guy, whatever. And then, you know, that kind of develops into something more. But we did when I found out about the show, because I don't actually watch too much TV, and I had been traveling a lot in the years prior to doing the show, so I wasn't in the U.S. that much to begin with. I said, you know, okay, well, you know, this show could be a good opportunity, and also,
Okay.
uh, you know, if any money that comes out of this will help our son, you know, so
Yep.
we did it. I didn't, to be honest with you, and I don't mind saying this, I didn't do the show to show my undying love for Vinny. I don't feel the need to tell anyone that I have an undying love for him. I love him. I love my family. And I'm going to be honest with you. Anyone who tells you that they did this show to show you their love story is not being sincere.
No,
Because
that's not true.
people who love each other don't need to go on TV and show everyone. I'm sorry that maybe that's harsh, but that's my feeling. Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the truth. So, but you know, I'm glad you said that. And I'm not going to want to, but I'm trying to see if there's any questions for you. I want to see if there's any questions for you that doesn't have to do with the show. Um, I have a question for you. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I see it. So how's my relationship with baby sisters? Are they more accepting of you now, knowing you're in it for the long run? Yeah, you know, me and Vinny's sisters do fight in real life. Um, but that doesn't mean that we don't care about each other. I actually love his sisters. Uh, do they love me? I think in the beginning they were maybe weary of me,
A
but
little skeptical.
yeah, but I think they do love me. I think they think that I think they know how much I love their brother, and they really see that I do my best to make things work. There's a lot of miscommunication, you know, between us sometimes with the language and everything. But like for example, me and Wish right now are working on this project to help this woman. I'm not feeling well, and because I know that Zulea, the woman who was burned, has a compromised immune system, I'm not going to go visit her. But
Hmm.
Wish is going to go for me. She's going to bring her new mattress. She's going to buy her some, you know, cooking utensils and things like that. So this is a project we're working on together, and you know, it's brought us closer together. Even the other day, we were walking in the street, and we saw one woman with a facial tumor, and she said, "Don't you work with an organization that does stuff like let's help her?" So we had the taxi pull over, you know, on the side of the road, and in Addis traffic, which is crazy. We ran across the street, you know, across this barrier to find this woman and ask her, you know, how can we help her, or whatever. So that's, you know, brought us closer together. And Wish is outside is very hard, and sometimes she can be difficult, but her inside is like me. She's soft.
I saw the pictures you guys took for Ethiopia. What is it? Ethiopia Easter. That was a
Yeah.
beautiful family photo. I love that picture. AT2, I saw your question. We're not ignoring it, but she can't answer that question because it's basically show related. So we can't answer that question. I asked you about that earlier backstage. So, and this is the question he had for you, just so you'll see it. And we've already discussed that backstage.
Oh, any plans to move to the U.S.? Uh,
Yes.
I can't answer the specific plans or anything. I can say generally, it would be a dream of mine to be able to go back and forth, or to be able to, like, I still haven't finished traveling. So if I could somehow manage to travel with my family and, live off something traveling, that would be a dream for me.
Thank you. And we have another one for you. What's your favorite color and your favorite countries?
I asked Vinny the other day, what is my favorite color? And then he's like, you don't have a favorite color. I said, yeah, you're right. He says, I like rainbow and sparkles. I don't know if that's a color.
Okay.
Um, Favorite countries? That's a hard question. I love Ethiopia. Sometimes, when you live in a place, you get sick of something, but I love Ethiopia. But um, I love Israel. I like that people are so direct there. I have this problem in Ethiopia. People are not very direct.
Hmm.
Um, I love, I really loved visiting Madagascar, but I don't think I could live there. Well, I could live there. I don't know how it would go.
You loved it, Ari. When you were telling me about the places you traveled, and we were just talking about this the other day. I've traveled a lot of places, but I've never traveled like by myself. It's always a group. We go like in girl groups, but I have never traveled to a foreign country alone, but you've done it. And I'm just like, I'm in awe because I've never did that. It was always with a group of friends or a significant other, but never by myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was even nervous about bringing Vinny along to Kenya the first time. I'm like, what if I don't want to be around him anymore? Like, I can't ditch him. I brought him here.
We have a question from Sharari. Do you deal with negativity from some people in ADAS due to your interracial relationship? ADAS,
Yeah.
ADAS.
People in Ethiopia generally, like the people who don't have an experience of meeting foreigners are sort of excited to meet me. And when I've traveled outside, I just like people who don't see white people generally, they want to touch my hair and they want to, touch my arm hair. And, and in that moment, you're like, oh, I'm different, I'm so cool. But that goes away real quick. But anyways, but generally in animals, like people who, they have exposure to foreigners and stuff. My biggest thing that's kind of hurtful sometimes is like, I know Vinny loves me and I know I love Vinny and I know that our relationship is real. It's sort of hurtful a lot of times when you think people are like, oh, this guy, he's in it for the long haul, whatever, for the green card or something.
No.
That can be hurtful because, most of the time I shouldn't let anyone, what they could think about my relationship get to me. But I think it just hurts a little bit to think that like maybe Avi would, hear people say something like that, because his parents do love each other and they.
He knows that, and anybody can look at the three of you together and see you have a nurturing, loving relationship, and it comes across. I like. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I see Biniyam look at you, I get jealous. I'm sorry, I get jealous. I'm just saying it. I get jealous. I'm like, oh God, Ari, but just to look in his eyes when he looks at you, that is a man that's in love with you. And the way you look at him, there is no doubt about the relationship that you guys have.
Yeah, we
And
really
that,
love each other.
yep, that should put all that foolishness aside. Debbie wants to know, what's your favorite Ethiopian meal or food?
Yes, I love shiro. I love bayenet, which is there's like the injera dish, which is like the flat bread that you see pictures of. Some people say it looks like a spongy towel. And on
Mhm.
top of that, they put different like stews, like vegetable stews. It's delicious.
Okay. Kelly, I don't know. Well, you told us about the traveling, but you didn't tell us how long have you been traveling?
Yeah. So I lived in Argentina from 2017 to no 2007 to 2012. Then I
Hmm.
moved back to the U.S. I was in the U.S. for a while, and then I moved. I don't know if I'd say I moved back. I went back to Argentina. I traveled in South America, in Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina,
Cool.
um, and then I went back to the U.S. Then I was in yeah. So then after that, I went to in 2016. I went to Israel. I stayed there for 6 months. And then I went to Africa and I traveled around Africa for
Oh,
a while. Yeah.
yeah, you were trying to find yourself. I get it. And you found Biniyam instead, but you still okay. Um, Alex, Indiana. Well, Alex is asking a question, and he's got it in three parts. So I'm just going to read it to you. He wants to know what's the difference between the U.S. and Ethiopia.
Generally, like if just like because obviously so many differences.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. My part of the U.S., New Jersey, tri-state area, New York, kind of place is people say what they mean. They're direct. They don't waste time.
Yes.
Sometimes in here in Africa, generally maybe, but I only know really East Africa is they got time. They got time, and one of the number one things me and Vinny argue about is like when we're talking, he takes like 30 minutes to say, not because of the language barrier, but just because I think it's that the way that these people speak in Amharic, it takes like a lot of words to say a simple thing. So he spends like a
Yes.
long time, and I'm like, come on, come on. Well, time is funny. Come on. What are you saying? What are you saying? The point, the point, the point. So now when he gets mad at me and I talk, he just says, what's the point? The point, the point, you know. That's one of the big differences that bothers me.
Oh my God. When I first met my daughter-in-law, she's from the Dominican Republic, right? She would go around the block, up a hill, down the street just to tell me what she had to say. I'm like, can we like get to the point? What's the point here? That's me.
I know, it's
There,
like, why does your brothers, daughters, mothers, and sister have anything to do with this conversation? I don't understand what's going on right now. It's very frustrating.
oh my God, Ari, I'm so serious. I love the way she said you're like Dora the Explorer. Oh my God, that is so cute. How many languages do you speak, Ari? How many languages?
Fluently, I speak Spanish and English. I know some French, Portuguese, Italian. I studied Mandarin. Very basic stuff. If you don't practice Chinese, that's fine. I did intense Arabic, but I can basically just write my name and I can say a few words. And I'm trying to learn Amharic. I have not tried to learn writing because um, the writing is very, very hard, and I just want to get the speaking down. So
Okay, so this look, When Whisper says she's so skinny. She's always been so. Has she always been so skinny? Not sending no hate. She looks great. So
no, I've not always been so skinny. I'm a person, my weight fluctuates a lot. I was struggling with my weight a bit right before I got pregnant, and then the way I found out, because I usually gain weight and lose weight pretty easily, and the way I found out I was pregnant kind of was I was going to the gym and my belly just seemed to be getting bigger, and I said, "This is just so weird," and I don't know why. And then I was pregnant, so
you didn't know
no,
why, Ari?
I'm consciously trying to eat healthy. I've been working with a fitness coach who's
Okay.
out of the UK. And Binny and I go to the gym and stuff, and so trying to be healthy.
Okay. But no, I really, really, unless you guys have any questions for Ari, I know that I caught her off guard with the time. We were 2 hours ahead of time, my fault. And I know she was trying to get Avi to sleep. So I see Avi's walking. Has he started talking or saying words yet?
Some words. The other day, I swear to God, I kid you not, he turned to me and he said, "Oh my God."
Oh my, at least he didn't go, oh shit. That was
Yeah,
my
that
grandson.
was he was been listening to me too often.
My grandson's first words, and I'm serious. We were talking, and I heard somebody go, "Oh shit!" I said, "We're looking around," and I looked at my son, and I went, "Uh huh." He was like, "No." I said, "Oh, he said it," and that was before he said "Daddy." He said, "Oh shit." That's what he said.
I'm trying not to curse around Abby too much, but it's very hard.
Okay, let's see. I don't think so, but Susan had a question for you. Do you plan on expanding your family yet?
Yeah, I think maybe one day it might be nice to have another baby, but I'm still trying to get the hang of this baby now. And it's uh I want to be able to make sure that we're comfortable with this baby financially and
Yes.
stable, and we know everything before we have another baby. Because maybe when I get that other baby, we'll get our own spin-off. We'll do
That'll
our
be great.
something there, like 12 kids. We'll do some.
Oh my God. You're gonna have a little what is it? An Olympic team of yourself or some MMA fighters. But I love watching your videos. I love watching Benny. I love the videos you do with your son, the ones he do with your son. I mean, you guys are very cohesive, and I love to see that. And thank you very much for taking the time to come on and talk to me, talk to us. And thank you. Let me see. Susan said if you got your own spinoff, that'll be awesome.
I'm trying to work on making like some longer YouTube videos showing the Ethiopian culture and things like that. Something always gets in the way of your plans, but that's what I would like to do.
All right, guys, this is your last time. Last round. If you have another question you didn't ask, please let us ask her now, because I don't want to hold Ari up. And we've been trying to do this for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh no, you did fine. It wasn't like I had 4 million viewers and we were on a TV screen and everybody's waiting for you to come on stage. So it was fine. It really was. I really, really appreciate it. You even saying yes and then coming on and having this conversation, and I just appreciate you doing it, and I really do. And I really hope that that you guys can move to the US, but go travel. I know Avi would love to travel and see the world. My grandkids have traveled, they see the world. Their dads are in the military, so they get to
Oh,
see
that's why
everything.
he's in the military. That's cool.
Yeah, so my middle son has been to Ethiopia twice, and he's been to South Africa a couple of times, Honduras, Brazil. He's gone everywhere, and the kids travel with them, so they're excited. So it's good.
Well, then you
But
have to come to Ethiopia too. We're waiting for you.
oh, Ari, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I don't think I would fare well unless I'm in a resort in Ethiopia.
Yeah, there's some nice resorts in Ethiopia and not too expensive. So
I'm
wait till I
serious.
introduce you.
Look, I saw the first place you were living, and I'm like, no, I can't be walking even down that street. Now, I'm just, I couldn't do it. But if I was in a resort, I would come in a heartbeat. But
There's some beautiful resorts. If you want, Google Haile Resort, Haile, and beautiful. They have like
Hialeah, I've heard of that. Okay, Hialeah Resort. I'm writing it down too.
yeah,
Okay.
Haile. Actually,
HAI.
they just opened this one resort here. It's called Kuriktu. They have different ones in Ethiopia, but they opened one here by not too far from Vinny's neighborhood. Actually, it's on this beautiful like mountain area, and they have like zip lining, and they have like bumper cars, and they have what do they have? Like their spa and one of these trampoline places where the kids can just throw themselves in the balls and jump around. So this is like the new big thing everyone loves. They even have a water park an hour outside the city. So they have a lot of cool stuff.
See, look at this. Wind Whisperer says, not me. I can't handle that hot weather.
Actually, it's freezing in Addis right now because Addis is very high. It has a high elevation and it's rainy season. So it doesn't get mostly every day of the year. It's mostly like 70 degrees, like 50 in the morning, 70 in the afternoon, 50 in the night during the cold season, and then like 70 all day. Southern Ethiopia is hot. Northern Ethiopia, the mountainous region, and then in the very north, east, there is the hottest place on Earth called the Donakill Depression. There's like volcanoes there, and
Okay. Well, oh my God. Guys, please give Ari a round of applause in the chat. Give her some hands. I really appreciate it. And I wrote this down. I'm going to look up this resort too. And I'm going to ask my son. Now, you said they just opened this resort?
No, that one has been around for a while. They have a few different locations throughout the country. The one I'm talking about, they also have a few different locations around the country, but this is their newest location in Addis.
Okay, so Heidi Light, this is not funny. Okay, Heidi Light is going to go with me. And I laugh about her name all the time because Heidi Light is white and Heidi Black is black. And I love her to death. So she said she will come with me. Well, we're going to have to do that. But I know she's planning on going to New Orleans, which is where I'm from. And when she goes down, I'm going to meet her down there. I definitely want to meet her. But Ari,
You'll
yes,
definitely, if you come, we'll show you around. You can stay at the Hilton. The Hilton is very nice with the geothermal pool and everything.
I can do that. Now, how often do I can do that? So I just came back off a trip to Vegas because during this pandemic we couldn't travel, and like I would travel. I go so many places, and I feel like I missed a whole year of traveling. So I'm plotting all these different trips I'm getting ready to take, and I am just ready to go. My son asked me. I'm sure he wants to know when am I going to come to Japan. I haven't decided on that one yet, but I'm gonna have to go sooner or later.
Well, you're always welcome here. My next dream trip is to Thailand. I've never been there, never been to Southeast Asia. I want to go. Maybe I'll live in the temple for 6 months. I can get out my craziness or something.
You have one more question. She said, "How are you doing with the fighting in Ethiopia right now?"
Um, emotionally, it's very hard for me to take. I came to Ethiopia for the first time in December 2017. After
Mhm.
that, there was a big push to change the government, and they got a new prime minister, and there was a lot of hope. And now, in northern Ethiopia, women are being gang raped because of their ethnic group. People are being murdered. There's massacres, in a lot of in areas that not in Addis, but outside. So it's a country that I love, and it's just it's heartbreaking. That I'm not in danger, but I'm not. But it's emotionally that will take its toll on you.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to make sure there's no more there. You got praying hands. Okay, Mimi says, as a Nigerian, I'm happy you're enjoying yourself in the continent. Thank
If I go
you.
to Nigeria, I can't wait to go.
So Ari's always putting up stuff in her stories. She's always asking questions. If you're from here, if you're from there, DM me. If you guys are not following her, please follow her IG page. She has beautiful pictures, beautiful videos. You can see the things that she's doing. And I love to follow you. And I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing and that you're really enjoying your life and just having fun and not letting. And let me tell you one thing I do love about you, Ari. You're not like most of these reality stars that went in, they had this done and that done and everything done. You have stayed true to yourself. And I love that. You have a natural beauty that you don't need to touch.
Well, honestly, it's not so much about that I'm so admirable. I'm just cheap. But
And you're honest.
but yeah, if you see me in a few years with a huge fake boob and butts, then you know that I didn't pay for it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what, if you need to get a butt, go order one off of Amazon. They have those. They got the fake. Just put it on and see if you like it. Uh, her IG is Ariela Danielle. Is she's on IG. So I will make
ELADANIELLE.
yes. So she's let's see, Ariela Danielle. That is her IG right there, guys. So if you don't follow her, please do. She has
My TikTok, my Twitter is all the same. Ariela Danielle.
yep, everything's the same. So Ari, I want to thank you again. I know I've said this 3 times, but I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you being here. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any more questions. I don't want people to say, "Oh, I had a question, but you didn't ask her." No, okay. They're saying it was a great interview. Well, I don't want to consider it an interview. It's a conversation.
Thank you.
They're saying it was nice to get to know you better, Ari, and that's what I told you. Everybody hears about Benny, everybody, but they don't get to see you and know who you are. And I'm glad you came on and expressed yourself. And your energy and your honesty is very refreshing. I love it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Heidi. Stay in touch, okay?
I will, sweetie. Trust me, I will. Bye, Ari. It was nice meeting you.
Nice talking to
Bye.
you. Bye.
Guys, wasn't that? Oh, she was great. She was great, 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 great. I want to thank you guys. I know it was early. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to be back on tonight. I'm going to watch New York, um, Real Housewives of New York. I'm going to come back on. Dr. Melanie is going to be with us. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. It was a good time. I thought I would have to push you back a couple hours, but Ari accommodated me because me and my dumb self didn't get the times right. But thank you guys for being here, rocking with me. 82. Love you guys. I love every single one of you. Hopefully, you guys can come back tonight. Hi, Terry Lynn. You missed her. So if you guys came in late, please go back in, look at the video, look at Ari, listen to her. She's honest, she's upfront, and that's what I like. So appreciate all of you. Love you guys. I will talk at you later. Bye.